Greetings everybody, welcome back to Brazil. What an awful day here. I've actually got my waterproofs on. So I haven't given up on this series, it's just been a bit crazy and I've been taking forever to set up a new series on Saxlingham. But I don't want to give up on this series, I'm really enjoying it on here. So here we are, apologies for the delay in the in between this episode and the last episode, but we are back. Now, I did have to come on here and have a little play around and see where we kind of left off, read some of the comments from the last episode, etc. So I kind of feel like I know where we left off now. So I have done quite a few things. I did do these things quite a while ago as well, so we'll go through that. Obviously not the best weather and sort of brightness, it's gone a bit dark to show you what I've done, but I've done a bit of landscaping and I've done a couple of other things which I'll show you in a second. Thank you so much for all your awesome comments from the last episode, some really good ones. First of all, straight off the bat, in regards to the what I thought was a bit of decoration left when I removed the house here, and I thought I plonked this on top of it. It is actually a collectible, that bit of decoration, and I should have known that it was that because I've come across one of them as well down by the wooden bridge, which is annoying. Haven't picked that one up. I don't think we've picked any up actually, to be fair. Where would that be? In stats, isn't it? No, we haven't picked up any collectibles, people. So I thought, oh no. So I came on here and I was hoping that I had placed this roaster, or whatever it is, close enough so I could go around the outside of the edge and try and get the collect symbol to come up in the help menu up there. So I had the help window on, I was going around like this and I was thinking, oh please, please, I don't want to lose it. And I got round to this corner and I thought, oh, I kid you not, I haven't replaced that or anything like that. It is actually there, so we can grab that. So that's £5 in our back pocket. Awesome. Right, so I wanted to get out that out of the way. Sorry. So if I go up into landscaping mode, like I say, it's looking really dark. I completely changed all the texture in here, so I've gone for sort of like a gravelly dirt look, like so. I did a bit of grass and things like that just as decoration. I added in the money for that. I know some people might think it was a bit naughty, but it's not really our fault. Look, the terrain that was on here was pretty undrivable on, so yeah, I've done that. So there we are. This shed, I removed it and I have decided to replace it because someone else commented and said it does work, you just need to be inside the actual shed to unload your pallets, which is a bit odd because you would expect to be able to do that in the zone. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to top these guys up first. Hopefully that will take those ones there, and then we'll do that one over there, and that will give us our concentrated fertilizer again, which you're going to need for those greenhouses. I mean, that would be our liquid fertilizer, should I say. So let's just quickly check. Now, another thing I did actually, I will let you know, because of the groundwater pump, obviously I set it up wrong really. I should have put this down first and let that build up. I turned this on to storing, I think it was, to start with, and I decided to go round and fill everything up that needed water to the max. So the two large greenhouses are maxed out 20,000 litres of water. Now it shouldn't distribute any more water to them because obviously they're full up and we're not using them. Again, with the fermenting silo, annoyingly that takes 2 million litres of water, but if I hadn't filled it up it would have kept on pumping water in. So But that's pretty cool. May end up using that further down the line. If we do use the water in any of the recipes there, it will allow us to get a bit of digestate as a sort of byproduct. These two are the farm ones, so I'm not too worried about them at the moment. Then these guys we've just filled up, so I am going to actually start those, and we will have them on distributing because that's going to pump them out to the greenhouses, and then we're going to start that up. These guys aren't doing anything, they don't need water, but we're going to need to buy some diesel and get a diesel tank to go on that. And then we do have our 3 greenhouses which are pumping out the coffee bean raw quite rapidly. Now someone else did comment, and again I've probably set this up wrong, probably could have just got away with having 1 greenhouse and 2 or 3 of these roasters, but we'll monitor that. If it gets a bit too hectic, I may remove 1 or 2 of the greenhouses and put another roaster down, but we'll follow that. But I'm a bit worried that that's not going to sort of keep up with it, but we'll see how we get on. So that's where we're at with that. So I'm happy. I think I've explained everything. Let's get going with the actual episode. And then we could do with some concentrated fertilizer down and herbicide down at the farm, but I will do that another time. These are going to stay up here for the greenhouses and whatnot. So if I do this now and unstrap, there we go, happy days. So that shed does work. So thank you so much for your comments, people. Now what I want to do, I'm going to leave the pickup up here I think, and that water tank. We'll head on down to the farm. We're going to, because I've been checking, when I came on here earlier, I've been checking prices, and I thought we've got all that silage ready to go. We've started doing wood chips as well. What are the prices of these things that we are going to be getting a lot of? In fact, the silage has actually stopped. So let's just slow down a minute so we don't crash. Oh, annoying enough, that set me back up the top. So the silage, as you will see, like I said, that has now stopped, and that is at a very good price. So it's saying we're in November, which obviously we're not. We know it's messed up a little bit. We're actually in May. But there, 221 is the best price. So in fact, at the BGA, it's 225. That's actually gone up a little bit since I loaded in, weirdly enough. So we will sell that at the BGA. Obviously, it says the fermenting silo is the best price, but that's our thing, so we don't want to be taking it there. And as for the wood chips, they're not quite there, but they are getting up there. Look, 973 for another couple of months. We could get a nice payout on the wood chips, so things are kind of hopefully going to be looking up. I'm okay with holding off on the wood chips. We're not desperate for them, and obviously we haven't actually got rid of the trees that we need to get rid of at the farm and down in our other field that we are going to end up expanding. So we will potentially have a lot more wood chips coming our way. And if you remember rightly, my idea was any of the sort of straighter trees we're going to chop down and chop up, and I think I said we would take them to the carpentry or carpenter, because we can get pallets from that, which we are going to need for some of the productions. I think those greenhouses need pallets, don't they? They do. But I mean, that can be further down the line. That's not a, you know, urgency. It's not a necessity at the moment. It's just a bit annoying that this weather is horrendous. I may turn it up to ×5. I was a little bit worried about the silage, but going by the price increase, I actually think we might be alright. Right, I think we might have to dump these wood chips in here, so we've got quite a decent amount. They should go in there nicely and be stored. Yeah, as you can see, they're going up, going in. And I will double check. 55,511 litres of wood chips. We are looking at the BGA, so I'm going to tag that up because I can't remember where that is. Oh, it's down the bottom there, isn't it? We'll untag that. So we could just come out the bottom of our farm. Could go down there past our new field and then in like that. It's probably the best bet, I would say. Hopefully we can make it to that way. So let's get going. Hopefully this will be a nice little earner. And I have still got this trailer set at the 200,000 litre, which hope again doesn't upset people, but I'm just wanting to have a little bit of fun on this map, I think. Right, we are full. Can I get down through there? Let's go to the BGA. We can't obviously do anything to our fields. Everything's all good to go. We're fully fertilised. The bottom field obviously needs lime, but like I said, I think in a previous episode, we'll wait until we've ploughed up and joined up those areas and go from there. But depending on how much money we make here, we're going to need to get a tanker for diesel. I really do like this area to our left. I think that's got a lot of potential. It's quite a big plot as well, if you can see on the mini map. 40, decent size that. Quite a few fields that are ready to harvest. They'll probably be coming up in contracts, I would imagine. I was actually meant to go down past our field there, wasn't I? But I forgot. Can I still make it this way? Yes, it doesn't matter. Let me just go right here. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how long this series will go on for. I certainly want to get that bridge built. Whoa, I wasn't expecting traffic to come this way. Just going to put that back on to make sure I'm going the right way. Oh, we're slightly raised up here. And now we're going down. That's the dairy. I don't know if that's a sell point or production. I think the rain is meant to clear up. I presume that's... Oh, I probably should have gone on there just to see. There's the BGA, we'll go up here. If we can make it. Come on, you can do it. So, I would imagine... Oh dear. Really? I'm not anywhere near that. There we go. Right, moment of truth. What we're going to get for this? We're going up, we're going up. This is good. Obviously I did, because I added in some money for doing landscaping, etc. I did reset our money back down to roughly where it was when we finished off last episode. So I haven't kind of cheated in any more money that way. Literally just to do what I wanted to do. Obviously pay for replacing that shed as well, because technically I shouldn't have removed it. Wow. It's crazy, isn't it? This is all just from straw, which we picked off the field as a kind of free product. So everyone who turns straw swap off, turn it on, get some good money. £38,913. That will do for me, I think. Right, what I'm going to do now, people, is I think I'm going to go to... Yeah, I think I'm going to... Can I nip across here? There's a little bit of a ditch, but I think I could probably... Oh no, there's a fence there. Wow, I couldn't even see that. Okay, we won't do that then. Right, I'm going to head on up to the store. Oh my goodness, how'd you get out of here? This is not the way to go, is it? Right. Can I get out across here at all? No, I think we're fenced in. I'm going to head on up to the shop and I will see you there, and we'll go through the next plan of action. Rightio, I think we'll have to leave this trailer down here for a moment, and I am going to let's have a quick look in the used equipment. Nothing really there for us. I'm going to... Right, where would it be? I don't know if it would be in there. Yes, there it is, this Bailey Bowser. Oh wow, that will hold up to 1,000,000 litres, is that? Okay, how much do the roasters take? 25,000 litres. Because I think we need to get them going just to sort of empty out some of the coffee beans from the greenhouses. So, yeah, there's not a lot of options. What about in... There's that little fella, that's not going to go very far, that's very cheap. We could always lease... Well, I think we probably will be better off leasing this. But we don't want to... Oh, it's either 18 or... Well, we're going to have to go unrealistic. It doesn't cost anything, which is good. Not too worried about the wheels. We're only going to lease it. That's not a bad price though, 29 grand. I'm just worried because we're going to need a lot of diesel, aren't we? Now the next thing would be, do we buy it from the fuel station that's actually on the map? Or, what's that all about? UK attacher. Schmurlock. I don't know, it doesn't really matter, we'll just go for the pin. I don't suppose it's got a... No, we could have took our trailer up. Tension belts, do we really need tension belts? What's that all about? I guess maybe if you use that on the front. We might as well. I don't know. We might as well. To lease that is only that. So we will do that, I think. Like I say, I'm going to drop this trailer. We'll just ponk it over here. I'm sure they won't mind. We are very good customers of theirs. I think we're their only customer actually. And we'll grab that. Yeah, because what I was thinking, we do have a fuel station there. And if we look at the prices, sometimes I've noticed if you get a fuel tank like the one we've put down on our farm, it can actually be cheaper to get the fuel from the fuel station. Although that does seem quite a lot to me. Doesn't it? Okay, well, we'll do a little experiment then. I'm probably going to end up finding out the hard way. Actually, before I get carried away, let's check, because it's going to cost us to plonk down one of these fuel tanks. I'm not going to use any of the base game ones. I mean, we could be naughty and use one of these, which is you can get the free version, but I don't really want to do that. That's one we had trouble with. They only hold 3,000 litres. That's all water, that's all water. I can't remember how much ours cost us. Don't think there's any more in there, it's just gas stations, aren't they? Oh, I hate it when this happens because I can never make a decision. Obviously 15 grand to place that down is quite a lot on that. That was only 5 grand. Okay, interesting. What about if we were to place one of them up at the farm then? Not up the farm, up the top. Fill your tank or tanker, 30% discount for buying bulk. Bought a bit too much, so we're gonna get one of them, I think. That mod is by our good friend Game Joy. Whoa there. I do like his mods. Using a couple of them on this series already with the old Batwing mower. I think we got another one somewhere, haven't we? I can't remember. Anyway, why are you stopping there? Please move. Right, a lot of driving around this episode, so let's get back up to the top. Right, now I'm a little bit wary about where to put this thingamajig that we were on about. I know it's 5 grand, but I think that probably will be the bulk one. We don't really need that one for anything else, do we? We could get seeds though, couldn't we, from there? But I don't think that's going to do liquids, is it? That's for other things. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure I didn't see any liquids come up there. No. Right. Okay. Right, it's got water there. I'll tell you what, I don't know whether to risk it. I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to do that and end up spending extra money. So where could we plonk this? Probably. What have we got going on over here? Need to be careful though, because if, like I say, if I get rid of one of those greenhouses, I need to be able to try and fit another roaster in. And as it stands, I'm not quite sure. I think what we'll do is I'll plonk it over here and I'll keep it away from things. We'll place it there. Ooh, I don't like the way that's done that, but that's fine. We'll leave that for now. I don't want to buy too much fuel at the moment. I think we'll probably just get roughly the amount that we need, which is going to be 50,000 litres, I think it was, wasn't it? So I'm hoping this will actually unload, because sometimes these tankers, I've had it before, not on 25 but on I think I had it on FS22. You get these tankers and it won't unload the other end, and you're like, great, that's ruined it. So I'm guessing, whoa, dumping some diesel. Wow, that is very quick unloading. Impressive. I'm going to need to go and grab the trailer again now though, aren't I? So why is that? Oh, that's already taken it out. I was going to say, why has the trigger not come up? That has actually taken that out. So as you can see, the water is being pumped in from our groundwater pump, but actually that's going down. Hopefully it's going to start rising again. Yeah, it is going up. If need be, I'm going to pause those coffee greenhouses, and then that will give that pump a bit more of a chance to build up again, because it shouldn't be distributing to anywhere else. These guys are full right up. They just need some coffee bean raw, and we've got plenty of that coming up. Right, exciting times. We'll probably leave that there, I think, for a moment. I'm going to go and grab our trailer, and we'll get rid of some of these coffee bean raw, I think. Alright, let's empty these greenhouses. We've got roughly around 61. That's pretty even all the way through. What I'll do is I get all of it out, as much as it will give me, and sort of distribute it between the two, I think. Split it. Although it doesn't really matter if we just... So what the capacity they've got? 500,000. Okay. This could take a while. What a very odd colour. Probably going to be about 62 by the time it chucks it all out. Ooh, 61 and a half. Not bad, not bad. Once all this is properly up and running, I think this is going to be a very good money maker. It's just how rapid those greenhouses are growing, really. But like I say, we can pause them, turn them off for a moment. Not a problem. So that one's already got 95 litres in. That one's got 98, so they're already going up. That's fine. The water pump's kind of keeping up. There's still quite a decent amount in there, and everything else is fine. That's good. What about these guys? They're almost running out. That one has run out. That's fine. There's quite a lot of liquid fertilizer in there. Don't think it's using a mass amount. Not too bad. 20. 200 water, yeah. Okay, well, it's all trial and error, isn't it? Let's just get it all up and running, and then if we need to adjust anything, we can do that. It's not a problem. Right, so roughly around 90. Oh, that triggers a bit. What did I say the capacity was for these? 500,000. I mean, it's either that or we just let one chug away, but I think I'd rather have two on the go. What was that, 9? Yeah, I think something about there will do. So that one's got 93 in it. Yeah, that would do. 91 in there. That's fine. That is very fine. And we'll get these started. I don't think these are anywhere near as rapid as the greenhouses though, from what I've seen. So we will have that on storing, and we'll fire that up, and we'll put that on storing. It is on storing, and fire that up. And we already have 9 litres of roasted coffee. Ooh. Happy days. And these guys are chugging away again. Oh my goodness, it's all happening. I don't know actually where... here we go, coffee bean roast. Oh wow, we can sell it in a lot of places. Awesome. That's saying 3-2, so we are climbing up. Again, a bit weird, I know we're not in November, but that's where it's saying it is there. So we are climbing up, and we're looking at March. So if we're May, June, July, August, September, that would be roughly, wouldn't it? Okay. And they are up and running. Nice. Right. I didn't actually notice how much money I spent when I got the diesel out of that. We've only got 2,144, which is crazy. So there we go. But we're going to go back to wood chipping, I think. and hopefully next episode we'll skip on and we will be into June, so we should have a bit of roasted coffee. Maybe we might be able to sell some. I don't know how much is going to be there, but that would be pretty cool. But I think I'm going to leave it there for that episode, guys. So good to be back, and I'm hoping to be back a bit more consistent on it as well, because I do like this map. It's pretty cool, and we've got some really good things going on here. So I hope you did enjoy that episode, guys. If you did, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and don't forget to smash the bell so you don't miss any future videos I post. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.